It's your girl T.
It's your host GQ.
And we are the Relationship Battle Twins, and this is
Talk Game. So, all my legendary lovers, all my love legends,
and those who just love.
Today we got a special topic for you, talking about the ghosted hookup.
Was there really a ghost, or?
No. You know, he just got up out of there. Anyway, stay tuned.
So I meet this guy online, we're talking, getting to know each other a little bit. We hit it off naturally, everything's going off great. Communication, everything, transparency. We ended up meeting for a seafood date, everything went well. I paid for it, I was glad to do so. Decided to go back to my place, do a little Netflix and chill, talk a little bit more, get to know each other a little bit more. Ended up hooking up with each other on the first date, grown people things, nothing wrong with that at all. And I remember distinctively asking him, like, I don't want to take the route of hooking up and ghosting each other. That's not something that I wanted to do. And for the most part, after everything was fine, still communicating, still reaching out, still hearing from him, until one day, normal, I sent out the text, I'm like, good morning, and nothing. I text my friend who I'm very close with, I'm like, hey, good morning. Long story short, he ends up telling me, how do I tell dude I'm not interested? And I'm like, is it dude that we talked about previously before? He was like, yes. So I'm like, so he's texting you currently when I text him about maybe 30, 45 minutes ago. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. Sent out the message saying, hey, I hope you're okay. I hope everything is well. Did not respond to me at all. That was the last message I sent him. And that's pretty much it.
Well, now you see what I mean by ghosting.
See, I didn't know if you meant there was a ghost like Ghostbusters, but you meant ghost like literally.
You know, if you think about it, his friend kind of was a Ghostbuster.
He was solving the mystery.
No, from what it sounded like, my man was talking to both of them.
Yeah.
And they had already talked about it.
Yeah. So they were being everybody was very transparent, right? So it's kind of like, why did he ghost him if...
Was he being transparent? Like, the two friends seemed to be transparent.
Right. So you don't think that the other dude was being transparent?
No, because why was he ghosting you? That's kind of shady. Anytime, in my opinion, anytime someone ghosts somebody else, that's shady or evidence of really bad communication skills.
Right. But if the communication was really good, right? Because he said, like, they were communicating, everything was going well. After the hookup, the communication just got bad. You just became a bad communicator. So were you only communicating good for the hookup?
No, it's not even that. Like, your overall dynamics on how you communicate is even in good and bad situations. They didn't have anything bad, not to say something bad happened.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of different reasons this could have happened.
I'm listening because it sounds like it was the purpose of the hookup.
That could have been it too.
Like, I'm going to communicate with you really well. Until the hookup.
And then I get hooked up, and then it's like,
but you say there's a couple of other reasons.
Man,
like what?
So I'm gonna say from both ends, like, right? If in the case that he's just a bad individual, he was just trying to get the hookup.
Yeah.
He was that's really what it sounds like, if I'm just being honest.
I mean, but there is more than one.
But on the other hand, something could have happened he didn't like, and instead of talking about it, he just ghosted. The experience wasn't what he wanted, or he didn't want to be there, or he could have been getting caught if he had somebody else on his side and he had to cut them off because that number showed up.
So ghosting is the way to do it, though?
I'm not saying it's the right way. I'm just telling you what it is.
I think that as an adult, you have to communicate, especially after a hookup.
Right.
Because then, you know what I've seen happen? I've seen like news stories where people tweak out.
Completely.
After this. Because then they feel like, oh, you used me for that. And so now they showing up at your job. They done put up at your house. They done came to see about you.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I just feel like some people just can't take the L.
Okay.
And I hate to put it that way because I've been guilty of it too. I've been ghosted. You know?
Oh, you've been ghosted?
What? In my dating career, I try not to ghost. Ever.
I ain't never been ghosted.
See, you don't know what that feels like.
I don't.
See, being ghosted is like a little bit kind of like a, damn, like what happened? First you got to figure out that you've been ghosted.
Right.
Then after you figure out you've been ghosted, now you be wondering why.
Right.
Yeah, I don't wonder why no more.
Because I'll be like, if we're adults, right, and we're communicating like adults, because we are, right?
But it's an adult's choice not to talk to you too.
You right, but it's also an adult choice to pull up on you then.
For what? You took the L. They not interested. Now you pulling up on somebody who don't care nothing about you.
I might just feel better if I it's a little toxic.
Damn.
It's probably not the best way to
That was a big toxic.
I mean,
But I get, but that's the emotional response because it leaves you like that.
Right,
like,
right. It leaves you so confused and stuff,
Right.
and it's just like, I think that sometimes when you pull up, you may not be wanting to even like fight or have any kind of drama or any extra, but it's like I want an explanation.
That'd be the problem. Sometimes you just be wanting a closure,
Right.
and without the other person providing it, it kind of leaves you in a slump.
Right, especially whenever, like in this particular story, whenever you're texting them and they don't say nothing, but you know they texted somebody else right now.
That's the cold lick about it because he had a back door he knew he could use.
That's crazy.
Right. So, and that's what happened. But think about it. If he didn't have that other person,
You wouldn't even know.
he wouldn't even have known. And that's usually how ghosting works.
Yeah.
The other person, I'm sure, the guy he was dating didn't know him and his friend was both talking to the same guy.
That's a good question. We definitely gonna have to ask that question. Because was everybody being very transparent? Was everybody being very open? You don't think so? I mean, it's possible.
I don't think so.
It's definitely possible. You never know.
I mean, I guess, but the best part I like about it is the two friends were solid through and through the story.
Yeah, and they still remain friends.
Right.
Because, most people don't remain friends. Like, off top, like, if you find out y'all are talking to the same people, even though it was, like, through online dating and stuff, people be tripping about it. Like, I can't talk to you. Right. You can't claim nobody until y'all have a title.
Right. So.
Until there's a title, you are free to date whoever. Now, I will say, like, if you do have a title and then your friend is, like, trying to talk to your person, go holler at your friend, because that ain't no friend.
Right.
So, that's a little different. But in the dating world, especially like online dating, you may come across the same match. Especially you and your friend probably have a lot in common already, right?
Like the dudes.
Because y'all friends,
right?
Because y'all are friends, so y'all have stuff in common. So you may come across and y'all match with the same people. So I think that it is good that they didn't beef and bump heads about like we talking to the same person. It was kind of like
that was mature on both their parts,
100%,
and basically able to, no matter where it goes, they kept an open communication.
Right.
So even if it turned serious with one of them, it was still openly like communicating to the other. And I ain't gonna hold you. If it did get serious and they tried to do like this, but he didn't break it off over here, my man just got caught.
He would have got 100%.
Yeah,
he would have got caught. Like 55 caught, looking crazy. Because we already did have a Ghostbuster in the story. So because
you and this Ghostbuster.
You said he was ghosted, so we had a Ghostbuster too.
Nah. I think that's a solid pick. But I mean, I'm gonna tell you, so I've circled back around with some people, and that have like ghosted me in the past.
What you mean you circle back around? You double check back in with them?
No, like every now and then you'll have somebody hit your line and be like, and immediately when they hit my line, I'd be like, you ghosted me. We not getting past that conversation. Let's talk.
Do they talk about it? Because I would hung up.
No, because you know what? I always want to know why. Because I always state early, like I hate ghosting. So if you ghost me, I want to know why.
Do they ever tell you why? Do they have good reasons? Like, I got back with my boyfriend, so I
good is always relative. To me,
do they have reasons in general?
Yes. They have reasons in general, and
do you ever accept the reason and then talk to them again?
So I don't talk to them again.
Why?
Unless they say no. Well, yes, that's exactly why. But unless they hit me with some, I apologize, that was wrong.
Yeah.
And then I ask them, well, what was the change of feeling?
Right.
Because it was wrong then, it's wrong now.
Right.
But why did you change?
Right.
And sometimes hearing that maybe give me a change of heart. But other than that, like even if they give me whatever reason to try to justify it, I just want to be clear on what it was.
Yeah.
I've had women ghost me about they hooked back up with their ex, called after they left, or their ex was calling at night, or they was having a fight with their boyfriend. I'll be like, we've been talking for like 3 weeks. What you talking about?
So they were having a fight with their boyfriend, and then they made up with their boyfriend.
Right. Like when they got back home.
So you was super side piece in it.
Yeah. No, I was only side piece. Super side piece, no.
Okay. So you was just side piece.
You know what? Sometimes I've had women tell me, like, I saw something at your place I didn't like. Right. So
why not speak about it? That's why I'm so big on like communication. Communicate what you feeling and what you thinking.
What I do know is they finished out the night though. Exactly.
Hey, I ain't come this far to not cash in.
You know what I'm saying? But instead of and sometimes it's because they decided they was gonna go snoop through drawers and they ran across something or go through the closet.
Yeah.
And let me tell you how much that's a no-no for me.
Yeah.
If I catch you in the act, I'm throwing you out now. I don't care if you find nothing. I'm still throwing you out.
Because it's your stuff?
It's my stuff.
Don't like the invasion of privacy?
Right. Because now what are you looking for and why are you all in my stuff? Because personally it gives me the feeling that you're trying to steal.
You think they over there trying to steal?
I don't know, but I ain't nobody's
You finna be a lick? Yeah.
No, so there's that aspect of it. And sometimes they were just like, well, I didn't like the way this happened or this transpired or you said this or I felt like this. I'll give you the best answer I ever gave. And she said, I came over, I was an adult, I understood what was going to happen, but I didn't feel good about myself later and I couldn't bring myself to talk to you about it. I thought that was the most mature answer she gave. Now, do I think that has anything to do with this situation?
Mature?
No. Yeah.
That's not a mature answer if you're an adult and you make a move and a decision as an adult and you feel bad about yourself. Okay, cool. But the mature thing to do is to communicate. I
disagree. That's good communication skills, but people's shame and embarrassment, we know how that affects people.
Right, but I'm saying she couldn't say, hey, I was a little bit embarrassed about what happened, so, I don't want to continue this. You could have thought sis died.
Not everybody is as forward as you. Not everybody is as forward as me. So when she felt like that, it kind of made her tucked away, and when she was able to deal with it, she circled back around.
I would put on the block list. So
I don't block people.
You're not going to stress me out on my device. I pay that bill.
Now, you're not going to stress me out.
I'm a block. So, do you think that that's what happened in this story? You think maybe he saw something at the place, or he snooped through a drawer, or...
No, I don't think that got anything to do with it. I was just giving that to the people.
Okay, so let's find out, though. When we come back, we'll have our special guest. And we're back, and we have our special guest. Our friend is here to explain a little bit deeper into this story.
Oh, yeah, because we got questions, so we can better help them out. So
I hope we got some answers, because I'm still trying to figure out who the Ghostbuster was.
So, hey, friend, what's going on? What's up? All right, we're glad to have you here on the show. So, we were looking at the video, we were looking at the story. How close are you and Fred? Your friend?
We're very close. We've been talking for about a year now.
Talking as in?
Friends.
Friends. Okay,
so y'all been friends for a year.
Okay. I gotta know, how did you all come to find out that y'all were talking to the same person?
So, we talk almost every day, and I just brought it up. I had this great experience with this guy, the thing was next, blah, blah, blah. Told him what he did for work, gave him his name. He was just like, yeah, right.
Gotcha.
And then I pulled up a picture just to make sure that we were talking about the same person. I was like, does he look familiar? He was like, I was talking about him.
Oh, okay. I like it. I like it. And very transparent and open.
And there wasn't no static between the two of you.
No, it was just weird. It was the first time that I went through that experience.
Okay.
So you've never had the experience before where your connection, your hookup, even your what do you call it on dating apps whenever
your match? When
your match was the same match as someone else that you knew. That's different. Yeah, that's a little different.
That's deep.
I'm glad that there just wasn't any beef or drama whenever, like you showed the picture. So when you showed the picture, your friend was just like, oh, I know them.
Yes.
Okay.
He was like, yep.
So had your friend had like any kind of like extra connection or hookup with this person?
No, my friend was actually doing his own thing, had his own situation that he was dealing with. He wasn't worried about it.
Okay.
Got you. So they were just talking like friends.
Right.
Yeah, it was just communication.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, so then we fast forward to the night. The date went great, obviously. Ended great.
Indian.
Okay.
They
Next,
did a nightcap.
right. Exactly.
Yep.
Did he stay the night?
He did.
Okay, so he left that night.
He left that night.
Okay.
So y'all came in, y'all want some Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Definitely chill.
Chicken and dick.
That's what it's right. Chicken and
It
chicken.
was more like, how do you put like cake and dick, if you will? I brought over like dessert and wine since I had.
I'm with it.
Hey.
So you was the dessert. You just didn't know.
You didn't know he was
Good
gonna
job.
be the
Hey,
dessert.
I'm with it. Okay. So the night ends, and there were no red flags to you. There was no indication about anything. You just figured when he left, you still were gonna.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And y'all made a connection. Like y'all got to know each other a little bit more.
We did. We were talking for, I want to say maybe a week or two before we even linked up.
Okay.
He was extremely transparent about what he had on his end.
Okay.
He mentioned that there was somebody else that he was talking to, so it wasn't like I couldn't get mad. I just didn't know who it was.
Right.
So everything was pretty much good until after we hooked up.
So, which is still like, I guess, like the part that I'm a little confused about.
Okay.
Because if he was open, he was transparent. He told him, "Hey, I am talking to somebody else."
Right.
You think he was snooping through your drawers?
No. Watched the man the entire time. We were both in the same bed. No.
He never went to the bathroom?
No.
He never peed?
No.
He didn't pee. That's a new one. But in that case, I mean, like I said, I don't think it had anything to do with that. This may just have been an L, honestly.
An L on whose part?
Technically his, because friend over here thought he had a great night, thought he was making a connection, and it just turned out this way.
Yeah.
I hate to put it that way, but my man just, he played his card.
Yeah.
He got what he wanted.
Yeah.
And he did it. That was it. Like I said, I hate to say it, but the best part of this story though
Is the friendship.
is the friendship and how the friend hit him up was like, no, I'm talking to dude now. So at least in that way, friend over here was able to get closure because he knows nothing's wrong.
Knowing
with
he
him.
got ghost. Right, because then you ask and you start to wonder. Now you're a little worried, like, why haven't I heard from this person? Hey, are you okay? Is everything good? And so at least I guess like you knew he was okay, you knew everything was good.
You
was just
knowing that
on
you
a ghosted mission.
knowing that you got ghosted is half the fight when you get ghosted.
Oh.
Because you don't know, first of all, you don't know if you got ghosted or they're busy. And typically it take a couple of days of just no response
To know you got ghosted.
to know you got ghosted.
But in this instance, did you think you got ghosted off?
No. So did everything like we would normally do, like we were communicating. Sent out good morning to both of them, my friend and old dude. And my friend texts back immediately. I'm in my car. I'm getting ready to go to work. Nothing out of the ordinary. And that's when my friend let me know, like, hey, how do I let dude know that I'm not interested? I text dude first.
Wow.
Nothing.
So dude was trying to still talk to a friend at the time.
Right.
Both of us, yeah. So then my friend texted me, said what he said, and I was just like, oh, so he's talking to you currently after I text him before I text you. Mm-hmm. He was like, yes.
And so you never heard nothing back from him after you said good morning?
Till to this day, have you heard anything from him?
No, I gave it about 2 weeks. I did not send another text message after I sent good morning.
Right.
So I gave it about 2 weeks. Did not text him back to see if he was going to reach out on any end.
Never did. So I would personally say from this, you take this as an L, and it is what it is, right? But there is no violation to you as a person because it's not indicative of who you are.
Right.
You're still a good person. You were still worried immediately.
Right.
You were still trying to check on them. You just happened to get confirmation. It's lost. You know what I mean? And for someone you have made a great connection with who still did that, it might have been a false connection. It looked good. He did all the right things, but that may have not been who he was.
Right. I think that he may have just had ill intentions
Right.
From jump. Like, and knowing that this was the intention, he did everything that it took.
You know what? I'm going to ask another question. And this is coming from, I want you to understand, this is coming from very, very limited knowledge of the community. But is the hookup like that normal?
Yes.
So then he was just following suit of just how the community operates. Was it stated somewhere in the beginning where that you were looking for more than that?
No, I think we were both a little bit, not a little bit, very clear on where we stood and what we wanted and the direction that we wanted to go. I did mention that I had some issues in the past that I'm kind of wanted to correct and try differently on him, and I did that. He was very transparent in what he was looking for and what he wanted and how he was dealing with his situations, and I understood and respected that as well.
Okay. Well, with that being the case, if you all weren't looking for anything solid, then nothing lost. You did have a moment, and then that's just all it was a moment. And I'm gonna tell you, when you do know you're doing a hookup and it goes sometimes that well could cloud somebody's judgment, especially if they know they're not in a place in order to pursue that person or to continue with that person. Or it's kind of like we say it's a hookup, then everything goes super well, and now all of a sudden it's like, dang, I really like this person, but I'm not in a position to be with this person. And so, oddly enough, I understand it's hurtful to the other party, but they remove themselves from the situation, because even saying good morning, it's almost like an addiction. You don't put a crackhead in a crack house and tell them not to smoke crack, right? Sometimes, but you get what I'm saying. Sometimes being with somebody, that there are people that when I was in a stage where I was just kind of hooking up, I thought this person was amazing. And even though they said they were in a hookup place, as soon afterwards, I just wanted more.
So you can't just hook up and then hook up again, then hook up again.
You can, but you
are y'all just hooking up.
Right, you can, but sometimes you just recognize in a person that it's gonna be
fall
more
for them
real hard, real fast.
I've been there.
So being that that's the case, my man may have just had to go cold turkey. Because if everything went as amazing, that's the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't want to believe that he was that bad of a person, you may have been just that good for him. And nobody wants to keep staring at something they can't have. Because now they window shop.
Okay.
They going in there trying on the shoe, but they ain't gonna never buy it. Because they know they can't afford it.
I can see that aspect of it. I you know me, I preach, communicate.
Right.
Say what's on your mind. Say what you mean what you say. Stand on something.
Yeah.
And so I feel like even if he thought that, you know, he could have said something along the lines of, "You're great, you're amazing. Like, I see everything that I could possibly want in you, but I know I'm not ready for that. And I'm in no place for that." Okay? So I have to end our communication because I don't want to continue to lead you on and you start catching feelings, because I already know I could catch feelings.
Right.
I'm already feeling some type of way. Right. So let's go ahead and end this now so that we don't deal with this. Instead of just ghosting, now you got my other friend over here in the story playing the Ghostbuster.
Hey, not for nothing.
He busted that ghost. I ain't gonna hold you. He came in like, he got him. Like, on top, he was like, "Nah, I'm talking to him right now. Like, what you talking about?"
Facts. Hey, look, and he took an L on that side too, because homeboy was trying to figure out how to let him down. Ain't that right? So he let him down. So he got.
Hey, he probably let him down cold. He probably was like, "That's what we doing. I got something for you. I didn't want you anyway, and you did my friend like that."
You know what? I'm not gonna endorse that you do this, but
he can endorse.
Just to throw out there as an idea, you can always ask your friend to be like, "Hey," and just throw the truth out there right there. "I'm friends with so-and-so. He knows when he's been talking and he doesn't appreciate the fact that you ghosted him." And then make him accountable for that. Bam. So no matter what, my man know what's up. So if he see you, he know he not gonna circle the block.
Right.
And he know he can't come talk to you any kind of way.
Right.
So, because people like to hit you with that, I lost my phone, it's broken.
You better not try to hit me with no, I lost my phone whenever you was texting somebody I know right now. Because how you was texting them then?
Exactly. So instead of him even having to do that, friend could just let him know.
Yeah, that you know what's up.
You said
you
what?
Told him?
And to take it a step further, he was like, I think this will be a good journey for the both of you. Then I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. He told him to reach out to me that he should get with me.
Hey, that's that embarrassing. Well, why did your friend say that part?
He thought that it was something that I possibly wanted until what happened. And then I was just completely like, okay, it happened. I acknowledged it. I'm rolling up to it. We did some wrong things on the first date.
Right.
No L taken. It is what it is.
Right.
Let it go.
Right.
I didn't feel it necessary to see what the possibility was after he did it. So I was like, it could have been something, but the way you handled it, after I explicitly said, this is not something that I wanted to do to you specifically, I feel different. So I was just like, we don't have to.
That's that when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. The first time. They ain't got to keep showing you 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 times. And you like, I don't know why they keep doing this. They're showing you who they are. You got to believe that.
Basically.
And also, we'll mention, he still wasn't blocking. King of blocking did not block him.
Oh, wow.
Hey, is there any particular reason why?
It was good.
Hey.
It was great.
That's why he didn't block
great. But I was just like, I want to see what's going to happen before I do something.
Yeah.
Are you going to reach out? Are you going to say anything? Because you know.
Yeah.
Right.
You know that we know each other. You know that we're friends. You know that we're close.
Right.
Are you going to say something?
Right.
You know what? I'm going to say this. And not that I think it even matters much, but I bet you he over there, he probably caught an attitude because they do each other and now he feeling played. But you know what? You can't play the game and play others and be mad when you get played.
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. And that's all we have time for today on Talk Game.